Wait a second, sorry guys. Now, yeah. This is the part 1. What if Deku was a vampire? And then and then he concept to her, and she gave her the answer. She gave him the answer. Said yes. They were both very happy. And that time Bakugo came there and said, "Hey nerd, are you now hitting on one of my friends?" And then they started fighting. Bakugo just using his explosion and blew him out of the cliff. He fell into the woods, breaking his neck and his legs and his hand. He was sad and said, "Then I die here right now." Then, but that was good. I got to conceive to her finally. And then he thought of something. Said, "I am happy that somebody's accepted me based on who I am. Thank you. I'm happy just to have have a friend that I considered him and she accepted it. I am happy, God. Thank you very much. I will never forget it." Sorry, I will never forget it, sir. And then she said she came exactly the same and falling, and then she didn't breaking she break his arm, and the arm suddenly healed, and Deku said, "Oh, this is your quirk then. It's a nice quirk. You can live on a very nice time then. Goodbye." He go to a sleeping form. He didn't talk. She she was tied to listening to his heartbeat, and so his heartbeat was pumping very slower than others. Then she bites her lip, and then kissed him, and transferring blood to him. Because of the blood, his eyes turned red. His skin turned little pale, but not fully pale, little bit pale. His green hair was getting a darker green, and after 2 hours he wake up and saw he is at the hospital bed, and said, "What happened to me?" And she saw beside there was Isabel seated beside him, and said, "I will never leave your side. I tell it right." Then she informed his mother, and her mother came here to pick her up. Then she just secondly saw Izuku, his red eye and black hair, and she looked at her daughter and said, "Okay, then we should be going. I think she will come by your house to meet him tomorrow." Said, "Okay then." Then she got to his mother's car and his mother said, "Did you give your blood to that boy?" And then she said yes, and she said, "Why did you do that? You know he is a human." And she said, "Mom, I love him." Then said, "What? You do realize what are you talking about? Your father won't be happy about it that much." Then said, "I don't know what happened, but I love him." Then your mother said, "Okay then." At the next day, at the whole week he was healing because his hand and everything was broken. You get it right, everything broken. And then he started getting muscular by day. At the 1 week he was sitting in the hospital, lying in the hospital, and then he saw something. His hand and everything was getting healed at 1 week. And then he saw his red eyes and the dark his hair also changed a little bit color. And then I think my quirk activated. I will. Then he go to a doctor and said, doctor said, oh, you have a quirk really. You have a strength enhancement quirk type. You see, vampire have immense number of strength because of their flesh. If because of their flesh and immense strength, Izuku had that. He said you have a strength and speed type quirk mixed in you, and a healing factor you have also there. And said, yeah, oh wow, I do. And said he was surprised and said, I have a quirk now. He started crying and said, I finally have a quirk. I can become a hero now. His mother also started crying, and doctor said, oh ma'am, are you okay? Ma'am, are you okay? Then said, yes, we are happy that he has a quirk. He was considered quirkless. Then said, then the doctor said, don't worry. Everyone make mistake and make evaluating him. And then at the week he said, I will go to UA no matter what now. He started training. He was getting better at the controlling the power. He saw a raw strength of 3, so he can lift any 500 7,000 ton to 7,000 ton. And said, oh, the strength is really good. And so he was trying to check out the speed, and he saw he will be faster than Ira. Just remember that, as fast as All Might. In the canon form, he is that weak, that fast. And then one day he was training, and suddenly he was running. He didn't saw the knife was getting knife, not knife type thing really. A certain villain was there, and he was about to hit him, and he hit his arm, and he got away. And then he was standing in fear and said, somehow I don't feel the pain. What? And he picked up his arm and said he thought, I think it regenerates if I hold it in my hand. And he hold it in his arm, suddenly got fixed and said, wow, this power is awesome. Then Isabella came and said, how is my baby doing? Then said it's good now. I have a code just as we thought. I have unlocked it. And she said, it's not a code. And said, what? I'm coming to her room. That said, not he is coming. And they come into the room and said, she told him she is a vampire of a nobility breed, and she is a vampire noble. So he said, so mean I don't have a quirk then? And he said yes. She said yes. Then said, no worries, I can still be with you forever then. And said, they started brushing. They were about to kiss, and then suddenly Inko come. He saw him kissing Isabel and said, Izuku. Then he said, and said, oh crap. Then he said, Izuku, no, doing this at the home. No, get all of you out. Go. Then Isabella got little bit of shy and is running to home. And then his mom said, you didn't have a friend, now you suddenly have a girlfriend, huh? You are a little bit fast, And said, I cannot help it, mom. Then she is a girlfriend permanent, and said yes. And then We skip the 10 months of training. He does the training with her. She also wanted to become a hero. Then she and Izuku and Isabel are walking to UA, and he will meet Uraka, but Uraka will bump into him, and he will hold him when she was about to fall. Deku will hold Uraka when she was about to fall, and then said, "Be careful." And Izuku was getting handsomer because Isabella was treating him very goodly and said, "Do this style and wear this coat and coat." And then he sit beside Bakugo. Bakugo didn't really notice him because he had a red eyes and the green hair, but he noticed the green hair and said, "Izuku is not that tall. No. Izuku is not that tall and muscular. No way." And then Izuku didn't say anything to him because he hates Bakugo to curl his hand. He was releasing bloodlust type something. Every vampire releases a bloodlust. It is naturally, they don't need to do training to release the bloodlust. They can really, just by having a angering feel, anger emotion, they can execute the bloodlust. They can use the bloodlust ability. And then Izuku was in his mind and said, "I will kill this Bakugo. Because of him, in my whole life I didn't have any friends. I hope he is in the same class as me. I could defeat him." And then we go to the entrance exam. He At the written exam he did extremely well because he did not have any friends, so he had only for studying. He was studied every time, so he will be at the top because of he just only studying. Get it? And then Isabella will do second and Momo will do third, and everybody will the same. And then we go to the physical examination, I think, at the combat training combat test. They were good getting ready. Izuku was just stretching his whole body, and then Isabella walked to him and said, "Come on, let's work together in this time." And Izuku said, "Yes, we should." And then when President Mike said, "Ready, student, go," and the Izuku and Isabel just zooms inside the battlefield, and they had Izuku was breaking all the robots and his path. Isabella was also the same breaking. They each have 200 points. They each have 200 points, both of them. And then the because the 0 point robot came in, and Isabella said, and Isabella and Izuku were just standing and said, "That's a 0 point. That won't give us anything to help." And then Izuku heard a noise and said, "Help me, someone." And then Izuku said, "There is a girl stuck there," and Isabella was this little bit of jealous and said, we don't need to save her. There are hero here also." And then Izuku said, "We should save her. We should not be this bad at all. We are vampire, but we should not be cold that much." And Isabella said, "Okay, go. We can save him then." And then, because of a pure brutal strength and speed, he just go there and jumps. Just by a one punch he destroyed the whole head. He destroyed the head, and he, because of the one punch, the 0 point robot back down. He go back by some meters, and then they both charge at the same time. When the robot's parts were falling down towards Uraka, then Izuku just carry him around like a princess style, and then he go there, and Izuku got completely. He got 70 points in this because it was done perfectly. So 70 points. And then 270, and Bella also got 240, I think, 240 and 240, and then we finished the part. No, I think I go on. Yes, I do have time. And then in this time, my mobile's battery is getting done. Then we go to they all wait for the they had a week to wait, but the week they didn't wait that much because they know they are in the school at UA now. And then Izuku said, "Come on, let's go on a date then." Then Isabella said, "Yes," with little bit blushing. They all go on a date. Bakugo saw him. Bakugo only knows that he is dead. Bakugo only knows he is dead. And then Bakugo saw Isabella with a guy and said, and Bakugo came to Isabella and said, "Is he your boyfriend, Isabella?" And said, "Yes, Bakugo." And said, "Whoa, what is your name, bro?" Hey man. And Isabella was surprised and said, "Dude, wow, don't you remember Deku? I mean, you call Izuku Deku? This is Izuku? How did you change, man?" And said, "I don't wanna talk with you. Get the fuck hell out of my face." And they just walk away to the amusement park. They had fun a long time, and then out of nowhere, after the date finished, he just received Isabella to her home, and then he go to his home, and when he was at the door, he saw some pair of shoes that he didn't recognize really, and said, "I think they are a guest at the house." Then Izuku's mom came and said, "Your dad is here," and said, "What? My dad is here suddenly?" Then this is the where I left off.